Okay, we are live. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's evening time for me. I know it's morning for the Americans and it's afternoon for the Europeans. So, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon. Okay, we start today's session and NASDAQ futures trading New York AM session. Yesterday, we expected the market to sell off. I expected the market to sell off yesterday. But the market surprised us all, right? The market, instead of selling off, it rallied. It rallied surprisingly. I expected the market to trade down to these levels, but that didn't happen. I stayed out of the way yesterday at the market. I took two trades, small ones, two shorts. One stopped me out, and then I got the other one. We had a gamma level here somewhere. I like 450. I shorted here, so I shorted here. It came down. I was in profits. Didn't take profits here because 450 to 413. It was only like 34, 35 points. So I ended up getting stopped out. Market came back, went short again. Then I got the bigger move to the downside. So only two trades yesterday. Just watch this, just squeeze towards the high. I didn't think it would ever make it to the previous day highs, but it recovered. The yen carry trade drop. So really bullish from the market. Quite surprised by that, and the bullishness has continued today. It's almost about to take the previous day highs today. Okay, so the bullishness has continued. The bullishness, same thing on ES. The bullishness is, even Bitcoin's got a bounce today. Nice bounce for Bitcoin. So things are looking all right. VIX is still in decay mode. So yeah, surprisingly, everything looks bullish. I think that's because of like I said yesterday, that was because of the one-to-one trade-off between Fed ending quantitative tightening yesterday. So the Federal Reserve have ended quantitative tightening. That does not mean that we're going to go straight into quantitative easing. That's not the way it works. But it just means they're no longer tightening the balance sheet, which is still risk on. It's seen as a positive for risk on assets. In addition, we've got almost a 90% chance now of a Fed cut in next week. I think it's the Fed meeting, or the week. Yeah, I think it's next week or the week after. But it's like a 90% chance that we're going to cut rates. So two positive things coming out of the US in terms of policy shift. It's a big policy shift because quantitative tightening has been happening for almost like 3 years. If you look at this and I overlay the Fed balance sheet, it's not letting me do it. I'm not sure why that's not working. Anyways, the Fed balance sheet has been contracting for 3 years now. Since 2022, Fed balance sheet has been contracting. So liquidity has been coming from other places, mainly from other major nations. China have been in quantitative easing mode. That's due to dollar weakness. So their nations around the world were able to print money because the dollar was weaker. So it allowed the other nations around the world to print money. It's easier for them to print money when the dollar is weaker. They don't print money when the dollar is strong, because that would further weaken their currency. So they have been in QE mode. Most of the world has been in QE mode. The only country that hasn't, major country, is the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve has been tightening policy, although the liquidity backdrop has been coming from the government in terms of the reverse repo facility. They've been draining reverse repo and pumping liquidity using that facility. The Fed have been in restrictive mode. So although the government have been printing a lot of money using other liquidity methods, the Fed have been tightening, but that is all coming to a has come to a stop now. So liquidity positive from the US, that should be good for risk assets. And like I said, I don't expect a bear market. I do expect corrections along the way. I don't expect a bear market unless we get something in the data that changes. Unless we get a recession, we get some stagflation. That's the kind of thing that we're going to be looking for. Yes, it's moving crazy. I'm not sure it's moving crazy. Yeah, it's just near, same as NQ really. Is that better? Should be able to hear me now. All right, so we don't have any gamma exposure levels yet. Thank you. Today, so what I am looking for is maybe I take a long for a liquidity sweep above these highs. Okay, so we are gonna aim for these highs today. The market will be aiming for these highs, so I may take a long at the open. Other than that, if that is not the trade that I'm gonna take, then let's move this. Let's hide that. Then the other support that I see today would be maybe the market will dip into here and then go for the high, the sweep above the previous day highs. So that's that's what I'm thinking. And if that's lost, then I think we have a level down here, which is today's value area low. But if we come down here, I wouldn't take a long right from the value area low, because you can see here this is an imbalance here. This is like a 30-minute calendar, yeah, 30-minute candle imbalance. You can see here, right? I can see massive imbalance, fair value gap, whatever they want to call it. So I wouldn't take a trade from the value area low today. Okay, that's because we have this imbalance. So what I would do instead is, if the market starts trading down, I'll be waiting for the edge of the market. Okay, so the edge of the profile, and then take a long from here with the stop under the lows for a move back into value. Okay, so that's the kind of idea I'll be looking for. So value area low is a good trade, but on this occasion you have to recognize where you are. This is why it's important to have experience in this kind of stuff, because I told you value area low is a great support level. You might long here, and the market starts trading down, you get stopped. Okay, and you think, oh, value area low trades are not good trades, but you have to recognize the environment. We've had a massive imbalance, and the market is going to try and fill that imbalance. All right, so the better trade would be towards the edge of the profile, keep a stop under the low. If you get stopped out, we've got a previous day value area low here. Okay, and we can look for another long. All right, so that is the idea, guys, today. Maybe one long at the open. If not, then a flush down, another try. I'd expect the bulls to try again like this. If not, then we're gonna end up coming down pretty quickly, and then we might see a bounce from there. If not, and we get a nasty sell-off day, then we've got another pivot here. If that fails, then yeah, it's going to be a pretty nasty day. Do we expect that? Probably not. Unlikely to be honest, because we don't really have a catalyst. We don't have any news today. No major news, and everything is looking like it wants to trade higher. So, and another thing I want to mention is this pivot no longer becomes applicable if we just rally from the open and then come back down. That is not a pivot I'd be willing to long at that point. I'll be looking for the pivot down here. Okay, so that pivot is no longer valid if we sweep the high first. Okay, so that's the idea. But man, the market surprised me yesterday. The market just surprised me. Really surprised by the market yesterday. Hello guys in the chat. Let's put a poll out. Bullish or bearish, guys? Are we bullish or are we bearish today? K-Dog, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Buff Tower. All right. Opening in 3 minutes. Hopefully can get some action today. Yesterday was not much. See what happens. Yeah, that's good, man. Sometimes that's the best way to do it, is not to have a bias going into it and just trade what the market gives you. So yeah, good approach, mate. Good approach. I would say that's a really good approach. But yeah, I have to have my pivots ready. You know, if we get drops, then I have to have my pivots ready. And that's it. I long strong pivots. That's basically the essence of the trading strategy. Just long in good pivots. Market's trying to sell off here, but still higher highs and higher lows. No break of structure on the market right here. The market's selling off a bit. Volume picking up. Saw that yesterday as well, right before the open. We sold off and then market squeezed those guys. Shall I take a long at the open? Shall I take a long at the open? That's the question. One minute to open. Some volume coming in. A lot of bulls are stepping in here. That would be a pretty nice move. 70-point move. Okay, market's open. Market is open. Staying out of the way. I'm trying to sell off. If I get this dip, this is going to be the first long trade I'm potentially looking at taking. All right. Let's see if we get it. I think VWAP is 438 as well. 438 is a low pivot. All right, trying to get some support in here. Bulls are coming in. Just give me the drop. Just God's sake, give me the drop. Don't rally. Why does it do that? Why does the market do that, huh? Why can it not just come to your pivot and just give you what you want? Just never seems to do that, right? Never seems to come to wherever you want it to come to. Always pissing about. QQQ's starting to rally now, though. This market's going to rally, man. Market's going to rally. It's not going to come and give me my pivot. It's not going to give me my pivot. It really isn't. It's going to go and sweep the high first. Half cap support today on QQQ. SPX opens up aggressively, bullishly. There's some orders in the way. Some big orders in the way here of NQ, but I don't think they're gonna. ES is not rallying. NQ is. So we do have a bit of a divergence here. NQ is going to go for the highs. NQ is going to go for the highs. Yes, it's on a moon mission right now. NQ, really, really strong. It's going to blow past the previous day highs. That's my guess. Before it pulls back, or even if it does pull back, if it's going to become really bullish, it's probably going to keep going. I could see, this, if it's going to be really bullish, it could easily just do that. So really bullish on NQ, really, really bullish delta coming in. Yes is a bit weak though. Yes is a bit weak. Yeah, yes is not getting the same love as NQ today. A lot of orders stacked above. NQ is probably going to go and fetch them. Obvious target above the previous day high is 546. Might even just keep going, man. ES has a catch-up trade. No love on ES yet. Still going really strong. This is a very, very bullish delta. Very bullish. It's just one-sided completely. Completely one-sided on the bulls here. Has it gone through yet? No. There you go. Sweep the high. Oof. Wow. Damn. Wow, this is aggressive. This is crazy. Wow. Wow, guys. Wow, 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 wow. That is some serious bullishness. Damn. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oof. Imagine somebody shorting that. Oh my god, this is insane. Now, yes, it's catching up. Where is the high? Right here. ES has got a way to go though. So this probably still has more juice left. Unless it starts putting in what they call a divergence between the indexes. Where NQ takes the high. And ES doesn't, but it doesn't look like that right now to me. Anyways. This looks like it's just gonna, this is gonna catch up to NQ. I don't see this. Well, I'm not, never say never, but I don't see this divergence playing out right now. This is crazy. In a 2-minute candle on the order flow, you've got, look at this, 971 more longs opening in this candle. These are just stops. These are just stop losses. It's getting absolutely clobbered. Pulling back a bit, or trying to pull back a bit. But it's just gone so far high. It's gone so far high that the chances of this now pulling back into here, I don't know if it's going to do it, man. I don't know. We could get to the previous month value area high today. 829. Yeah, I don't think it's going to do it. I don't think it's going to do it. I think this is going to just continue, probably get a smaller dip. This is kind of why I like the longs at the open. Because in this type of environment, especially if you're close to a liquidity level like the previous day high, high probability you're gonna take it. Piece is new. He's willing to learn. Yeah, I think this is just gonna keep making nodes now. If this now makes a node here, and we just grind, and then we dip, that's now a support level. That is a support level that I may be willing to take. But I'm going to let price action develop a bit because these are single prints. If I look at the 30-minute chart, that will be single prints. I'm pretty sure of it. No, they're not. I'm surprised those are not singles. There must be single prints. You can see they're making a node here. Let's go back on trading. You can see the node. That is generally a sign of acceptance above the previous day highs. Rather than a liquidity sweep, where you in a liquidity sweep, what they call a swing failure pattern, is you usually get a quick spike up on an immediate rejection. This is not that type of move. Now you can see they're putting in volume. This is acceptance above the previous day highs. So the chances of this consolidating and squeezing higher is a lot higher. Maybe get a push down, quick push down to test buyers, and then that could be a nice nice support. Let's see what ES is doing. ES is still a bit weak. A lot of bulls just got absorbed in that candle. Or should I say bears got absorbed? No, bulls got absorbed. Bulls got absorbed there. But they're supporting on the bid. They're definitely supporting the bid here. VIX. VIX. Even though that move was really bullish, the VIX didn't really move. That's because of the ES, to be honest. It's because the ES is really weak. But NQ's way above its gap. TES isn't. Oh, SPY isn't. SPX also no. Let's put the gap on for S&P 500. K-Dog says, all I can say is patience is a virtue. Sure thing, mate. Sure thing. It definitely is. Yeah, you have to be patient, man. Like, as a trader, there's no requirement for us to make money every day. This is the thing that I drilled in my head. Like, why are we chasing so hard, right? Why do we need to make money today? Why can't we just come back tomorrow, on the day after, and the day after that? It's a marathon. It's not a short little sprint that we have to make $1,000 today. If we want longevity in this game, we have to recognize that. Yeah, we might. I didn't make any money yesterday. I made $40. So it is what it is, and that's the life of a trader. You have to recognize that's what I said. When I have momentum, and I get my pivots, I get my trades, I like to step on it. I like to take advantage of the momentum that's in the market. Especially if my first trade is a green trade, I like to step on the gas a little bit heavier, I like to take advantage. That's why I don't like consistency rules, because those 1, 2, 3 big fat days, those are gonna really set you apart. That's that if you get big days like that, that's what makes it all the difference. The best traders in the world will tell you that. They said the majority of their profits come from a 5% of their days. So if they're saying that, then there's a reason why they're saying it, and that's what I find in my trading as well. When I find momentum in my trading, that's when I like to step on the accelerator. Get a few big days under my belt, get some buffer in the accounts on those days, and then I can weather the storm. I can soak up the losses. If I get small losses over a few days, I'm able to withstand the loss. So that's the idea. Look at Bitcoin, it's pumping right now. Really nice move from Bitcoin. Damn, Sui. Raoul Pal and Darling Sui. Pumping today 8%. Near got smashed yesterday. That's an altcoin. Almost back to previous day level. Dogecoin not really getting any love. Really, really bearish coin. But I do think it's going to pump though. I really do. I think it's going to get a big pump and then a drop back down to like 10 cents. Ethereum is doing nice as well, bouncing off this support line, but ultimately I do think Ethereum is going to come down to 2000, so maybe a pump here, then a move down, and then I think you get the bigger bull run. Yep, Bitcoin is doing all right today, almost back to the previous day open. Really nice. Let's just mark that out. See if we can get up there. Previous day open, 90,369. Yeah. All right. Can Bitcoin do it? It's not far. Big bounce today. Another 1.5%. And Q's putting in the volume above the previous day highs. If it falls here, will I take the long? If it falls here, possibly. Yeah, possibly. I will. Because that would be a pretty steep drop if it came all the way down. 150, yeah. Should find some support. Here to here. $36 points, point of control. Tough decision, this one. If it does end up putting in like a failed auction back into range. If sellers say no, we don't set price here, and we start trading back in range, will I long this? Because the point of control is just here. So that's not really an amazing trade. So what I'll likely do is I'll take some off, probably take off most contracts here, or half off here, and then look for the rotation back to value area high. Is there any gamma level that's rejecting off? No. It's bouncing off this gamma level right now. Bitcoin's mooning. Altcoins are in recovery mode as well. Did a little bit of analysis on Link coin yesterday. I like Link. I think Link is a really good coin, even though it's getting smashed. I think we can have a nice move back up to value area high, then value area low, bear market bottom, and then I think we're going to get a big bull run on Link. I do think this coin is going to hit hundreds of dollars in the future, or the next bull run, should I say. Ethereum's doing okay. Bitcoin is really flying. Right now, the market is consolidating above the previous day highs. It's trying to put in this node. If I see further consolidation, especially in the next half an hour candle, if you can get a move into here and then a sharp drop, I'll be looking for a long trade from here. Okay, because that would be a nice period of consolidation. I want to see acceptance here before me personally. I would want to see acceptance of price here before I can say, okay, the market's accepting price here now, and maybe we can move higher. But usually market likes to test if there's still, but you'll get a sharp drop. Market likes to test if there's still buyers here into this imbalanced area, low volume node, and buyers, generally speaking, will step in. Market is bullish right now. I am going to just take a 5-minute break, making a coffee. I will be right back, guys. All right. All right, guys, we're back. What's going on here? Bitcoin doing 89K on Bitcoin. Really nice. Let's look at the heat map because thank you, peace. Okay, the S&P 500. Nvidia's pumping today. So it's the semis. Semis are doing really well. That's the explanation today. That's why the S&P 500 is not doing as well as Nasdaq. You can see S&P is way down here, and Nasdaq's way up here. It's because of Nvidia and the tech sector. That's really carrying the market. APP's up 8%. Oracle, yeah, chip. The semis are doing really well today. But the rest of the S&P 500 is not doing so well. Tesla's down. Retail not doing well. Financials mixed. Health is down. Consumer is down. So that side of the sector of the S&P is not doing too well. It's a rotation into tech today. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I said the market's going to like cheaper money and quantitative easing. Or not easing, but the end of quantitative tightening. Because that sort of environment benefits more liquidity sector environments like technology. So technology is seeing the bounce. Okay, new 30-minute candle is coming up in a minute. Right now, again, like I said, we dip down into the low volume node, and we are finding buyers, and that's what the market likes to do. Consolidates. I want to see a little bit of a movement higher and then another dip to see if there's buyers still there, and then I may take a long from there. So I kind of want to see this moving higher, then it dips down, take a long, then it goes again and continues higher, and then this profile just starts making nodes higher and higher. That's the idea. Right now we cannot tell if it's going to be a trend day. It's too early to say because ES is really weak. Okay, new 30-minute candle just open. Right now shorts are just getting absorbed. They came in at the top here, but they're not really getting much award. They're going to get squeezed out here. Yep. There you go. That's what I want to see. Okay, I want to see another 20 minutes of consolidation, grind higher, quick push down, like a stop loss hunt for buyers, and then continuation. That's kind of the idea. Right now, market's pumping. And that is now that previous consolidation, that's acceptance above previous day highs. And see, a lot of people would have said, yes, we're going to get stop loss hunt. They'll be shorting all the way here and getting stopped because they'll think it's a liquidity sweep. We're going to come back down. But no, we got a massive move and then acceptance, and now we're pumping again. This is really, really, really strong, man. Nvidia's on a rampage right now. It's up 3% today. 3%. Bitcoin's almost back at 90K. Who would have thought Bitcoin would be up from 83 to 90 today? That's crazy. Damn. Sui up 10%. Really nice. Market's excited. Market's excited about the end of quantitative tightening, guys. This AI bubble nonsense, just forget about it. All right, forget about it. I'm telling you. This market wants all-time highs. This market wants all-time highs, guys. It really does. Japan carry trade was a little scare yesterday. Spooked the markets, but market really, really well to absorb that. Market did fantastically yesterday to absorb that pressure. We've got hardly any rise in the VIX, just a small rise. Just a small rise in the VIX. And then as soon as we opened yesterday, just VIX suppression. So the market did really, really well yesterday. Really well to absorb that pressure. So yeah, I've been able to analyze what's going to happen, what is happening. The market is just an auction between buyers and sellers. Okay, it's just fishing for liquidity. Is there enough buying and selling here at a specific level? I'll trade there. If there's not, I'll go back into a prior range to find buyers. Okay, that's it. If there's no buyers here, market will flush down. I'll find buyers here. That's pretty much it. It's an auction. And the US stock market is the most liquid market in the world, and there are plenty of people buying. That's why if you're longing in a bull market with the VIX suppressed, you're likely going to come out of the other end as a winner. All right, this is the reason why I like to long the market. Higher and higher she goes. Is ES catching up? Yeah, it's trying to now. Let's see the heat map. Yeah, some are starting to turn a little bit more green. Palantir is up 5% today. That's really nice. Intel up 4%. What's this? That's up 8. Oh, BA. Boeing. And Boeing feels like it's been stuck at 200 for like a whole decade. Let me have a look at BA. It's up 8% today. Gapped up. Really nice. Yeah, look at this thing. Dude, since COVID, this thing has just been trading sideways. That's crazy. It's literally gone nowhere. This sideways. What a terrible investment. And it's a big market cap, this. 153 billion market cap. This doesn't carry the S&P, man. S&P is carried by tech mainly. It's only tech that's outperformed. Bitcoin just hit 90. Wow. Wow, Z. Wow, Z. Damn, that's some big moves in Bitcoin today. ADA got a nice bounce today. Almost above previous day highs. Yeah, Link is doing well. Almost back up previous day open. Really nice. NQ once again consolidating. Yes, creeping up now. So if you're a trader now, looking to longer dip is probably for a sweep and then a pullback. And then I'd hope for a little bit higher on NQ, then a dip down to this LVN, and we can go. This is now a very good support level. You see how the value area low sits on the previous month LVN. That now becomes strong. Trump tweets. Is Trump talking today? I don't know, man. Market's on a rampage right now. Yeah, VIX is collapsing. I don't think he is. Yeah, that's the thing. Trump can say something at any time. See Palantir? No, sorry. See it on the other one. Bitcoin's above 90K, guys. Above $90,000 again. Palantir is up 5% today. There you go. There's a dip. People stepping in, buying for the Santa rally. Look at this thing. Imagine you bought this at 6. That's fucking unfair. That is so fucking unfair, dude. 33,396%. 33x. Wow. Wow. Man. How crazy, dude. How crazy. Let's put on the moving average. Take this out to the weekly. Ooh, front run it. Three-day is basically supporting off the 50-day weekly moving average, and it's done that ever since the 10 bullish. Support, support, support. Doing the same thing. Tesla. Damn, Tesla got a nice bounce as well. Is it just going to blast? It could, man. It could. Is it just going to blast higher? That would be crazy, but it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, buy stepping in an Nvidia as well on the 3-day. Look at that. I bought some at 95. Really nice trade. Really nice trade. 95. Still up 91%. Got up to 125 on this. Only since April. 100% return since April. That's not bad. That is a very, very good return. takes 8 years to get that in the S&P 500. Apple is making all-time high after all-time high. Man, crazy. I bought some Apple, but I wasn't happy because Apple was really struggling in here. Whilst everything else was making all-time highs, now it's playing catch up. But I didn't know if I wasn't too confident in the Apple, but it's pumped. Bought it around 180. Still a 55% move. Big monster move. A lot of people are writing Apple off, saying it's not innovating anymore. It's going to become the new Cisco. Wow, look at this thing. Since 2005. If you just bought the 50-day weekly moving average every time. Look at this. Look at that. Every time it fell to the 50-day weekly moving average, or monthly moving average, you just dollar cost average into it, you'd be so rich right now. You bought once here, once here, once here, once here, once here, once here. One, two, three, four, five, 6 times you bought. Imagine your average was somewhere here, 41. So 3 buys here, your average would be about here, about $35, $40. You'd be up 674% since 2005. 20 years. Still more than the S&P 500. That was, what's that, 650% in 20 years? 30% a year. Where are you going to get 30% a year on your money? You can't even get that in real estate. Don't get that in gold. Look at gold. You want to see gold? My friend. Gold took 4,596 days to make a new all-time high from 2011. So you went sideways. It's only recently, with the insane money printing that we've had around the world, that gold has gone parabolic. Central banks are buying it. They're losing faith in their own currency, so they're buying gold. Probably just to revalue gold and they can print more money. But look at this thing. How many years is that? Let's calculate that. That's 12.5 years. Twelve and a half years, guys. That gold basically went sideways. Only since 2024 have we got really nice breakout of 118%. So if you just dollar cost average in Apple over the last 20 years, you would have made 30% a year. Whereas with gold, it's been going sideways for 12 years. And you would have made 30% a year dollar cost averaging at those 6 spots that I just said. Every time it hits the 50, you buy. And you would have made 30% a year on your money. That is some return. That is some return, guys. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles in a row. Could get a correction in January. I don't think it's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Well, it had it here. It had it after 08, the crash. Ever since then, Apple really hasn't had 7 green months in a row. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn, that's crazy. What about Nvidia? Okay, Nvidia's got 1 red month. So Apple might have a red month next month. And Microsoft's had some red months. Meta's had it. Google also hasn't. Wow, Google. Look at Google. I bought this thing around 150 since April. What a trade that is. Or has been. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th potential green candle in a row on Google. That's crazy, man. Okay, market's coming back inside. Trying to bounce off this node now. Look, it's created volume. We're gonna get new candle in 10 minutes. So now if it comes back in here, I'll be looking to take a possible long trade. Anywhere in here. Looking for a long back up there. Yes, this smaller gamma level here. Not this one, this one. Well, you're going to get support in here. All in here. Last thing I expect is just this to slice through like this. You're probably going to get support here and support here. See QQQ way above. It's in the sky right now. QQQ. VIX is starting to climb a bit. Is Bitcoin pulling back? Nope. Bitcoin is on a moon mission right now. Wow. Wow. What a candle on Bitcoin. What's a candle? It's just taken out previous day highs on Bitcoin. That's insane. So he's pumping 15%. Altcoins are starting to move as well. Solana with a 7%, 7.5% bounce. Really, really nice. Link is still moving higher. It's just taken out previous day highs on Link. Took it out. ADA with a really nice bounce. Everything really, really nice. Bullish today. AVAX still struggling a bit. NIR is doing well. Almost taking out previous day highs. Okay, NQ's bouncing again from the note. You see? Not ready to come down yet. Altcoins are bullish today. Pudgy Penguins. They've been getting beaten so bad that they're due a big bounce. They're definitely due a big bounce. I could see Pudgy Penguin bouncing all the way to 0.5 of this drop. Just like it did here. Yeah. See how I got a retracement straight into the 0.5. This should retrace to the 0.5 and then maybe drop or continue higher. That would represent 82% bounce. If you bought the lows, 120% bounce. Bitcoin still going. It's down to a 4-hour. That is some 4-hour candle. And keystone grinding higher. S&P 500 is rejecting off a gamma level here. Off this one. Come on, give us a drop. Give us a drop, NQ. See the stocks? Nothing happening yet. Market is just consolidating. Pulling back slightly now, the market. Trump's got a big announcement, it says on X, 2 o'clock today. Is that true? Any news coming in? Putin European Sikh demands are not acceptable to Russia. If Europe wants to fight a war, we are ready. Whoa. We will take measures against tankers of the countries which help Ukraine. Ooh. US money market assets surpass 8 trillion for the first time. Ooh. Risk off mood. Is that capital going to flow into risk? That's the question. Okay, coming into our level now. Let's get ready here. I think the Putin news might be spooking investors. ES down as well. ES is at value very low. Okay, I'm taking a long here. We're in a long. Up 20 points so far, 23, 24. £25. Really nice bounce so far. Looks like the stop loss hunt. Nice reaction so far from that level, but not. It's trying to pull back a bit again. Will it hold? That's the question. Let's see. Really heavy selling coming into it. Looks like a liquidation spike though. Looks like a lot of stop losses. Yeah, a lot of bids supporting here, so it should be all right. They're coming back in. Big bidders. Very, very big bidders. They should support the market. Maybe even make new highs. Who knows? Let's see. 27 points. If the selling stops here, we should get a nice rally back up. That's if the selling stops. Let's see if it will. Should get at least a bounce up to 606 though. Should give us a bounce for 606. That's your VIX. Yeah, a little bit of a spike in the VIX. Sellers coming in aggressive, but there's buyers in here. Really aggressive selling. The buyers are standing up. Can they absorb here? Can the buyers absorb? This is some really heavy selling. I think this is news driven. I think this is the Putin stuff. Market's freaking out over the Putin's ready to go to war right now. All right, still in this. Hoping for a bigger bounce. Hopefully this is not the Putin stuff that's causing this. Because if it is, then we might just really start moving aggressively to the downside. That's a head pressure level. Yes, it's giving it up. Still supporting here. Market looks okay-ish. If we could shrug off that little breaking news on red folder, Vladimir Putin, they should be all right. Putin's going crazy, huh? This is not good though. I think market's reacting off that Putin news. Come on, give us a pump to 595 at least. We can get like 40 or 50 points from it and get out. Looks like it wants to. It wants to support. Let's go, market. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Should be good. Sellers are stepping off. Sellers are slowing down a bit. Should be good for a big bounce. Should be good for a bounce. Bid starting to support. Just get us up there, man. Come on. Stop playing around. Stop playing around, market. Get us up there. Let's go. Putin, please don't say anything. Putin, keep your mouth shut for 20 minutes so I can just get this trade to a winner. Then you can talk your shit. Come on, Putin, don't say anything else. A lot of bulls stepping in. Come on, there's liquidity right there. Take that and go higher. Shorts again absorbed in that candle. Bit of a slow trade. It's not moving the way I want it to move, to be honest. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like it. I wanted to see this moving a bit faster, to be honest. Consolidation around here isn't good. The sellers are trying to step in, but they're not really that aggressive though. They're not that aggressive. Not yet anyways. So we should be okay. I usually like to see it faster, moving faster. Go bulls, go. Come on, get up there. Get me to 600. We're up 30 points so far. As a trade. Go bulls, go bulls, go bulls. Let's go. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's it. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Alright, I'll take it off at 40 points. That's enough. There we go, baby. There we go. Patience pays. This is probably rally to the high now. Look at that. What did I tell you, huh? That couldn't have gone any better, right? The Putin thing was fucking a bit scary. But that's probably what gives us a dip. VIX is starting to collapse again. But look at this thing now. It's on a rampage. What did I say when we were here? Move this, huh? What did I say when we were here? Oh, just... Man, so perfect. This... You're going to learn... Auction market theory, volume profile, how to use it. Takes time, man. Takes time to learn. Right? When we were here, when we broke above previous day highs, what did I say? I said I want to see the market grind up and then quick flash and I can long. Remember that? Remember? When I said, when we were here, I said I want period of consolidation, market to grind up, quick flush, and then bam, I can long that from the LVN. Look at that. Perfect. Right into the LVN. Right into the LVN. What else did we have? We had the gamma level. What did I say? I said I'm not going to long here. Remember that? I said I'm not going to long there. I'm going to wait for the dip here. Remember? What other confirmation did I have? I had ES. ES wanted value area low. Look at this. You see that? That's perfection. That's absolute perfection, man. I couldn't have mapped. I couldn't have mapped that out any better for you guys. I couldn't have mapped it out any better. Whatever I just said happened. It's not a miracle. Whatever I just said, it just happened, guys. That's because I know how volume profile works. You can't just put this thing on your chart and expect to trade it. It doesn't work like that. You gotta have experience of how you're gonna use the volume profile. I see people using this and they're just short here, long here. That's not how it works. There's different mechanics that goes into this. I saw these nodes. Look at the markets making these nodes. That's support. Market just wants to test if there's buyers. If it's going to flush. Good job, I got it today. Live with you guys. Got the flush right here where I said I'm going to long. At this gamma level and this low volume node. Right here. What people would have done when new beginners I see all the time. You see what they would have done with this volume profile. As soon as it came here to the point of control, they would have longed here. They would have longed, got stopped. Bam. They don't long the point of control. Point of control is not something you go long on. But new people who use volume profile, they'll tell you, oh, we long the point of control. No, you don't long the point of control, mate. But such a strong pivot. Gamma level and right into the LVN. That's A plus. The only thing that was a little bit uncertain about this trade was the fucking Putin stuff. What Putin just said. Let me just read that again, what he just said. That's crazy, man. If Europe wants to fight a war, we are ready. Wow. That's crazy what he just said. That's the only thing that was making me like, man. As a market, it's going to freak out on that noise. That was the only little reservation I had. But that was perfect. And that's it. That's all we need. I hit that with six micros. Also did a small trade at the open as well. When we were like here. Just for the sweep above the highs, as when I saw the delta. I didn't call that out, but I took a small one, like a couple of contracts for the sweep above the highs. Got that, a couple of contracts, but this is the big trade. This is the one I was waiting for. Patience, right? He didn't see me take another trade. I was talking about other things, watching other stuff. You can't always just be watching the chart and just looking at every little thing. Yeah, time to call it a day, bro. Did you catch it, K-Dog? Did you long that with me? That's all you need. You got an A+ setup like this. That's it, man. That's all you need. You guys watched me on that Thursday where I got smashed. Everybody got smashed on that Thursday, bro. Everybody got smashed on that Thursday. Yeah, you did. Well done, mate. Well done. Everybody got smashed on that Thursday, bro. You can go and ask the most experienced traders in the world. That Thursday, what happened on that day was completely abnormal. Shit, never. I haven't seen that in a long, long time. What happened that day? Yeah, green is green. Yeah, yeah. That was unusual, bro. That was unusual. But now VIX is low. VIX is low, so the chances of that happening is very rare. That kind of day again. You won't see that kind of day for a while. Not in my opinion. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that, K-Dog. Look where SPX just supported. What did I talk about? Another confluence for our pivot here. Look at the confluence on this thing, huh? Half gap, SPX. Was it SPY as well? Well, kind of. Kind of half gap on SPY too. What about QQQ? No, nothing there. But ES, value area low. SPX half gap. NQ LVN plus gamma exposure level. Doesn't get more A plus than that, bro. That's why it hits it with 6. Yeah, there was over $1,000 drop, bro. It was all over 1,000 point drop, that one, in one candle. It's here somewhere. Where is it? When it, this, that was one day, bro. Look at that thing. Look at that shit. That was over 1,000, bro. That 1,300 point drop. Obscene. Look at that thing. Look at the long that we just caught. 114 points. Could have held it. It's going for. It's just made a new high. Yeah, the only reason why I didn't hold is because of the Putin shit. If I didn't see the Putin shit, I would have held that trade for new highs. Honestly, look at Bitcoin going crazy, way above previous day high now. Yeah, altcoins are getting a nice bounce. Look at Sui, bro. 20%. Wild. Link's got a really nice bounce. This is what I was thinking on Link. Move up to here, 2021. Get the bear market drop next year, down to 10, and then I think Link's gonna go into the hundreds, way higher. Next bull market. Yep. I'll probably probably sign off, mate, to be honest. We caught the one trade that we were looking for. There's no need to go and chase this market. This market's on a rampage now. That was a dip. That was a dip. ES did it. Look at ES now. Just made a new high, bro. The traders who were trading this on ES probably got even more reward than NQ. That's a monster, bro. That is an absolute monster on ES. Wow. Yeah, now it's gonna take off this thing. It's good night now. It's gonna definitely go above the previous week high. Yes. What a monster trade, bro. What a monster trade. Congrats for taking it. Congrats for tuning in, listening. You're gonna take a lot from this before the stream gets busier and busier, mate, with more people. You'll be the guy who's taking most of the knowledge. You'll know exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, we plan to continue doing this for a long time. I want to teach these principles, teach auction market theory, volume profile, gamma exposure. I'll slowly teach this stuff over the coming weeks and months. But really nice, really nice. We're up on NQ today, 1%. I'll shut the stream in about 8 minutes. Wow, Bitcoin hit 91K. What the boys saying on X? Let's see X. This guy is fucking just a permeable. He's been bullish for like 12 months, getting people wrecked. This guy is a joke. Run. He's got some good stuff, that guy, but not always right. Yeah, I agree with that. Q doesn't happen until there are big cracks in the economy. That's true. But it doesn't mean the Fed balance sheet won't go up because they are going to invest in treasuries. They already said that. They're going to be buying treasuries. I don't know what that is. Exemption. SEC expects crypto exemption in a month or so. Market conditions for IPOs. That's nice. Yeah, there you go. He said we'll sell the European weapons. We're not going to get involved in the war. Now, this is the man right here, Scott Besson. He's the one that calms the markets. This man here, he's a talented individual, that guy. I think he was the ex-hedge manager. He used to have a hedge fund. I think so. As a big man in a hedge fund. ICT is terrified of trading a live account. That's true. ICT has never traded a live account. Peter Brandt, this guy is an OG in trading. So, yeah, you don't want to kind of ignore this guy, to be honest. He's very, very good. Although he said we're going into a bear market on the S&P 500, which I don't agree with. So, we'll see. He talks about exhaustion gaps. We're filling gaps and stuff, but I don't know. I don't think we're going into a bear market yet. Unless we get something breaking in the economy, I can't see no bear market. Yeah, Chairman Atkins. Market structure rules. This guy's trying to explain the balance sheet. Yep, there you go. This is what I said in the morning. So he said during this part of the cycle, risk assets tend to outperform, with leadership typically beginning in big tech and then moving progressively down the risk curve. There you go. That's why we're seeing massive moves in Nvidia today. Look, it's up 2%. It's outperforming the rest of the big tech. He's spot on there with that analysis. What is this? Vanguard effect. Yeah, Eric Bokianos is a guy you want to be following. NQ made new highs now, pulling back a little bit. It could be one of those days though, where the market just trades within value, because we are above previous day highs. So you know, we could consolidate here today. You know, push higher, a little bit higher, drop, higher, drop, higher. One of those days. So you might get decent opportunity to long again down here. If it comes again, I'll probably long again. Because if I've got a nice green opening start, if I got start in the green, then I like to step on it. I really like to step on it. So if I get it, I'll smack it again. I really press hard. This is what I mean about taking advantage of the days you feel momentum, and stepping aside when you kind of getting smashed. You want to be a little more defensive on days like that, whether your trades and your setups are not working. Just step aside on those days. But when your setups are working, that's the day you want to just like take advantage, start smacking it hard. Is that a news candle? That's a weird candle. Oh, it's a new 30-minute candle. All right, been streaming for a couple of hours. I think I'm gonna call it there. If it hits here again and I see decent reaction, then I'm probably gonna go for another long here. Okay. If that doesn't work, then I'll be looking for this. So I'll hit it again from here to here. If that fails, I'll be looking for a move down here. I'll be the edge of this profile, not the value area low. Edge of this profile into this previous month LVN, and I'll be looking for a move back higher. All right. So I'll be watching that. If the market gives it to me, then I'll take it. If not, yeah, we'll just be watching from the sidelines and just chilling out. All right. Anyways, guys, nice one for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.